Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're back again. Now we're just doing a different setup. There's a lot of bottlenecking here. But as you can see, I'm seeing what you guys are seeing. I'm in the front. I'm Mike, the DM. We have Nathaniel, Dez, Jonah, and Ahmed. These are four people from different tables that have been playing with me for the last year and a half, and now we've mixed them up. So, welcome to Goblin Guys, and we're going to get started. So, thank you, everyone. All right, welcome. So, the way we start. My Window to Change, A Brief History of Faerun by Pella Underbow, Chapter 1. For 5 decades, I have gathered fragments, dockside testimonies salted by grief, temple archives opened by patience, private letters never meant for publication, and arcane reports thick with theory and ego. I began this work as a junior reporter at the Waterdeepian Chronicle, watching from a tall, dirty window as the sky above Waterdeep drew tight as silk across a loom. The wards hummed, light fractured across the rooftops, and then, impossibly, people began to vanish. Across the Sword Coast, thousands were displaced in a single breathless night. In the years since, the record that revealed 3 possible precursors: the redirection of an ancient teleportation engine beneath Waterdeep, the desperate ambering of much of Baldur's Gate to halt a widening tear in reality, and the strained sealing of an astral breach beneath Neverwinter's chasm. Each event was declared contained, yet the weave recoiled all the same. The timing is documented. The cause still remains uncertain. Among the earliest confirmed reports was the appearance of 4 individuals washed ashore near the southeastern city of Bellure: Safina and Zamir of the Lanterns of Waterdeep, Prasa of the Fleabags of Baldur's Gate, and Merrimack of the Whole Exploration Squadron, better known with typical Neverwinter reference as the Hoes, Hoes. All 4 had stood at the epicenters of their city's catastrophes before the shifting scattered thousands across Faerun. Whether their meeting on that distant shore was accident or design cannot be proven. What can be said is this: from that crossing of threads forward, Faerun ceased to behave as a collection of distant cities and began to move as a single, unstable whole. This is the story of how that change began. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd like you to roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Damn. 16.
17. 20.
10.
20 and 10.
Well, we don't know what we're up against.
Correct.
So it might be worth it. I have the ability to exchange my initiative with anyone who is willing, and I tend to try to protect folks against unpredicted danger.
Thank you, chat. We're losing the music.
Music's off. And then, Merrimack, what do you look like?
I think when I initially splash in, it is like a 3-foot little ginger man, but almost instantaneously, I'm switching into trout form.
Okay.
As soon as I get wet, trout.
All right,
So I
then
look like a trout.
um,
I'm a trout.
we're gonna switch your thing out for trout then. Just gonna make sure we found it. And then the two of you, Zamir and Safina, if I remember correctly, you were attending a masquerade ball gala prior to this. What were you wearing before you fell in?
Well, Sophia was wearing, for any of you watching who are familiar with Final Fantasy, she was wearing as close to a red mage-like outfit as you can imagine, although it was maroon. So, large brimmed hat with a feather, kind of like a rapier, I mean she wields a rapier, but rapier-wielding duelist outfit, almost pirate-like. Not what she would typically wear, and was strong-armed into participating into this masquerade attire. she's not about that kind of life, but here she is soaking wet in this ridiculous outfit. She will immediately take off the hat and mask, because who needs all that nonsense, and reveal a dark-skinned, rune-carved, rune-scarred, bald-headed woman.
And then Zamir, what are you wearing?
Zamir is in this almost tuxedo-like waistcoat that seems to be fastened in front by like ribbons in a crisscross pattern. Dark ebony with a lot of ornate beading in the sleeves and on the breasts. There is a purple scarf around their waist, and it's been a little ripped to shreds a little bit, which he is not happy about. And there is a mask on his face that seems to be fastened to his face through his dreadlocks. And they're kind of like ribbons again on the mask. They're also now coming off because where am I?
All right. As you all land, you're surrounded by sharks. And we have rolled initiative, and I'm going to start combat.
Lovely.
Zamir, you're up first.
Well,
We're gonna switch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, Safina, you're up first.
I use my alert feat to switch my initiative with my friend. There's no platform or raft or anything. There's no
Open
land.
ocean. You do see, probably about a mile away, a city. It's kind of built into cliffs. It's very much like an Italian cliffside almost. Colorful houses. There's a port. There's ships close by, but you can easily get there. It's just you are out in open ocean.
Okay. Safina, not much of a swimmer, is going to do two things. She will, as an ASMR, use her action to activate her Radiant Soul. So, this sopping wet woman in this ridiculous outfit suddenly, her eyes suddenly start to glow, and you see these like light ray type wings burst out from her back, and she flies out of the water. She'll fly probably about 10 feet up, maybe 20 feet up to get a sense of what she's looking at here. And then with her bonus action, she will activate her blade song. So all of these runes that are carved along her body suddenly glow. And as a blade singer, that gives her additional speed. So you see her move with this sense of grace and acrobatics that is somewhat superhuman. And she's taking in what's going on around her. And that is her movement, action, and bonus action.
Right. Up next is Zamir.
Okay. What is the visibility right now? Do we see these sharks?
You can see the fins going around for sure.
Great, lovely. I think first thing, Samir is gonna shout like, "Where are we? What's going on?" And seeing, I don't even know if Samir has ever seen a shark, but he's not happy about it. And I think, are any of them coming close at all?
They look as though they might.
Well, you know what? Let's just go after the nearest one to me. We're gonna just, how much? Oh, great, that's 14 feet, and it's gonna cost an extra feet of movement per time. Yeah, I can still get to Hunter Shark B.
Okay.
We're gonna just go on over there, swim on over there, and unarmed strike. Can I stun a shark? Let's find out. This is not going well already. Does wow, I haven't played in a lot. Does an 8 hit?
An 8 does not hit, unfortunately.
Great.
Your
Lovely.
fist kind of goes through the water just a little bit too slowly, and just like you're not used to fighting underwater.
Not at all, and I don't like it. I have another attack, so we're gonna try this again. A 20 is gonna. Oh, well, that's a 25.
That definitely hits.
Lovely. I'm gonna unarmed strike this shark. Jeez. That is gonna be 18 points of damage, and I'm going to try to stunning strike the shark.
All right.
DC 14, Constitution.
Let's see if it fails, and it does. It is stunned.
Great.
Fun thing about the VTT is I can put little rings around these guys to know who is stunned.
Great, lovely. We now have a stunned shark, and I am probably just gonna like, come up for air and shout to Safina, "What the fuck is going on?"
She will say, "It appears to be sharks."
I stunned one. Thank you.
All right. Up next is Merrimack, who I believe you turned into a trout as soon as you hit the water.
As soon as I hit the water, yes.
Yes. As you did that, you see a lot of big. I don't know. Roll me. I don't think you've ever encountered a shark before.
No, I've only read about them.
So you probably say I'd say history check, whether or not sharks like trout.
I think they like trout.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they probably want to eat you. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna switch back to my little one self.
Okay.
And because I'm so small and a little hollow inside, there's buoyancy to Merrimack.
Yes.
And I think total, absolute panic for him. But he looks around and he sees folks who seem to be struggling too. And at that moment, I think he is just going to pop underwater, open his little eyes, wince from the salt, and look ahead at the shark coming on, and just, hands open, 2 pops of Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Ooh.
Right off the start. We got 1. Horrible.
That's a miss.
That's a 5. Horrible. And then the other, 14?
That's a hit.
Okay.
And your shark is shooting at Shark E, I'm assuming.
Shark E. Shark E, yeah, absolutely.
Sharky!
So Sharky got
5 damage.
5.
I'd say, Prasa, you noticed that and you're just like, interesting. All right. The sharks didn't like that, so they're gonna start swarming. The first shark is gonna attack you, Safina.
Can it reach me? I'm flying.
Oh, never mind.
I'm about 15, 20 feet.
Describe what that looks like to the group.
So, Safina, as an Asimar, can access these glowing wings, and when she's turned her radiant soul on, essentially, she has these they don't look like traditional wings. They look almost like refracted light in the shape like a tear down her back, and they're almost like mech wings, but just made entirely out of light rays. And so these are just sort of lightly keeping her afloat above the water as she takes in what's going on with all these sharks.
Yeah, this hunter shark came up to you. It's as you just kind of launched yourself out of the water. Hunter shark B is stunned and starts to sink. And this is where we're playing with 3 dimensions, guys. It's gonna roll this con save just to see if it can be unstunned. And 13. Does that? Nope.
14.
All right. Hunter Shark C is gonna come up to you, Prasa.
Go for it.
And attack. That is gonna be a 22 to hit.
Ooh. Actually successful.
Yes. And you are going to take 14 points of piercing damage. Hunter Shark D is also going to roll up to Merrimack and bite him.
And?
Let's see. 21 to hit.
Oh, it is.
And 15 piercing damage. And it's also, this friend is going to come up to you and try to attack. And I believe that's going to be a miss with an 11 for Hunter Shark E. With that being said, we're going to get to Prasa.
All right. Am I in a position that I could be in combat with both Hunter Shark C and D at the same time? Are they close enough together?
I would say so, a little bit, yeah. If you kind of move yourself about here.
Great. My other question is, are there penalties for fighting in water?
Depends on what you want to do. I believe that ranged attacks are not an issue. I believe if there's any sort of... You would know this just based on your artificer class, some scientific knowledge. Electricity does tend to travel far underwater.
I didn't wear that suit today, so we're good.
Fire tends to be a little bit more doused, obviously.
Can I punch these things?
Yeah, I'd allow it.
Great. Then I'm going to start by punching Hunter Shark D with an attack with the gloves of my armor. That's not great. That's a 14.
That still hits.
Hey, 1d8 plus 4. That's 4 thunder damage.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
lightning.
not lightning. We
you for
learned that
that.
quick.
Thank
Creating
you
like
for
almost a
that.
cavitation bubble around where the
Yes.
connection hits, and he swings around and tries to punch the one behind as well for a 20,
That definitely hits.
and that is also 8 thunder damage.
Awesome.
The important feature of this is both of them are so distracted by it they have disadvantage attacking anyone else.
I will note that. All right, back to the top of the round. We have Safina.
Ooh. Before
yeah.
I end my turn, can I cast Expeditious Retreat with my bonus action?
Yes, you may.
I would love to do that.
What do your gloves look like, by the way?
They are like not super wild looking gloves actually.
Mhm.
Like as fun as the like gears and leverage would be, the thunder is more of a magical implement. But they are metal, you know, full like flexy hand coverings.
Okay.
My turn.
Safina, yes.
Safina has been watching from above what's going on with these two new folks.
Thank you.
She's still not sure whether or not she can trust them, so she focuses instead on the shark that Zamir was fighting and sees that it starts to sink. So she will instead cast haste on herself. So you see her touch one of the runes on her body and almost sort of draw the magic out into the glowing rune in front of her that then just explodes, and she is now moving with twice the speed. And then she's going to fly down to Shark A and use her second action to attack it with her glowing rapier. So she whips out this rapier that is radiant and shedding light around her. Does a 21 hit?
It definitely does.
Okay. That is 9 piercing damage.
And you're attacking Hunter Shark A?
Correct.
All right.
She will then... You know, she's going to go for the opportunity attack and fly back up.
Okay. It will try to jump at you as it does not like what you did. And miss with that 2.
Yes. Okay, so she's flying now back above it. That's her turn.
All right. Zamir, your turn.
Lovely. I'm actually gonna move in between Shark A and
Shark
B.
B is like at least now, I'd say 10 feet below you,
Okay.
and is still sinking.
Okay. They have, because it's the start of my turn, they do automatically come out of their stun condition.
Okay.
Because they're below me, I will go after Shark A.
Mm-hmm.
And that is going to be a 25 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Lovely. And I'm going to add a stunning strike to that no matter what, because let them sink. That is going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
Con save 14 for a stunning strike.
Let's do that. They rolled a 9, so they are stunned.
Lovely. Great to the start of my next turn. I still have enough movement. I'm gonna swim back down to Shark B.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit them because fuck these sharks.
Yes.
Is a 17 gonna hit?
That will hit.
Lovely. Stunning strike again for that one. And that's another, that's a
Yeah, how much
13
damage?
points of damage for
13.
that for Shark B.
And let's see if he fails or succeeds. Oh, he definitely fails.
Lovely, great. Both of them are now stunned. How is Shark B looking?
Not very good. I'd say you punched out one of its eyes.
Oh, great. I'll bonus action unarmed strike on Shark B.
Okay,
21 to hit.
that hits.
That is going to be math is math. 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Describe the kill.
Lovely, great. As I take out the shark's eye, I think I look at it, I throw it aside, and I throw my hand like deeper in spear-wise and reach around for its tiny little brain and pull that out of the eye socket.
You find it. You find something squishy at least. You think it's a brain. And you pull out the... Unfortunately, the blood in the water seems to drive the rest of the sharks into a bit of a frenzy. They're going to all attack with advantage now.
Ooh.
Oh, great. Lovely. Sorry.
Merrimack.
Had to happen.
I think Merrimack's scared as hell, so he is back into trout form.
Okay.
Not trout. Why are you turning into a trout?
And he's gonna swim up to Safina's.
So, as you leave, they will get an opportunity attack against you from their
You're a
area.
trout. You're a trout.
I will allow you, as a gift to you for being so helpful in helping no, being so helpful in setting up this stream and making sure everything goes smoothly, that you don't have to turn into a trout if you don't want to.
Oh no, I wanted to.
Okay.
I wanted to, because I can still cast Starry Wisp in my trout
Yes,
form.
you may.
So now I see that Shark A is struggling a little bit, and my new friends are hiding. I'm gonna Starry Wisp Shark A.
Okay.
Fine. Okay, we got 15.
That hits. Yes.
5 again.
Yes.
Oh.
What does the starry wisp look like as it comes from your trout form?
I think it comes out of the gills like little hoop earrings, and it circles back around, and all the little gill forms meet right here and just. Right.
I'm just imagining just like that Magic School Bus episode where they learned how trouts procreate.
Oh no! No! They turn the kids into eggs.
Yes.
Come on, Arnold.
Hunter Shark is going to be unstunned at the end of its turn. Oh, no, at the end of your turn. So he's going to still sink. No, remember, I'm going to keep you there because if you moved away, you would have gotten attacked. Hunter Shark C is going to attack Prasa again.
With advantage.
Does a 20 hit?
No.
Let me
Mike's down on that light but firm armor.
You are scared because you feel the teeth like very close to your neck.
I don't
but
like this.
It is not something you signed up for
This
today.
is fine but bad.
Unfortunately, Merrimack, you are surrounded by two sharks.
I know.
So they're both going to attack you.
Shark D does not have advantage though, because my disadvantage that I give it is neutralized.
That's true. So that one's going to miss. I'm assuming a 13 misses.
It does.
Yes. The next one is going to also wait. That was a 14. Yeah, that one's going to hit a 22.
Well, Safina, as a reaction, having sympathy for this creature,
This poor little gnome.
poor little gnome in trout form, I guess, which I think she deduces is likely not a threat to her. Her Zamir is going to cast silvery barbs.
Okay.
So she whips her sword around to create this distracting image that entrances the shark. So it has disadvantage.
Okay, so I'll roll that again. And it rolled a 10.
Great.
So-
She's going to then give advantage to Zamir with the additional effect of that spell on
Thank you.
your next roll.
All right. Prasa, your turn.
All right, I like this defensive tactic. I've got the AC for this. I'm going to take the same thing I did last time and attack Shark D first.
Okay.
That's an 18
That hits.
for 6 thunder damage.
Okay.
And, turning around again, a critical miss.
Oh no. Prasa, as you're doing these like thunder hits, you know that the sound kind of travels under the water, and the waves are a little rough right now. It's still in the open ocean. I'd say roll a perception check for me. Or what is your passive perception?
Passive
Sorry.
perception is neutral. It's 10.
Okay. You thought you saw something deep below you, but you can't be certain.
God, I have much more immediate things to pay attention to right now. I cannot think about that.
Safina, your turn.
I don't like this.
Safina. So is Shark A still sinking?
It will be done sinking most likely at the end of Zamir's turn.
But it is not currently floating above.
Correct. It is now about 10 feet below.
So she's going to whip into action and launch herself at Hunter E and use one of her attacks to cast Booming Blade. Oh, also critical failure.
Yes.
Damn.
So that's okay. She'll just attack it normally. Attack. Does an 18 hit?
It does, and you're attacking Hunter Shark E, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to move you over here.
So that's 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
Then she'll risk the opportunity attack and fly over to Hunter Shark D.
All right.
And
He'll
use
bite at you. And it's going to be with advantage. And I think it's going to hit 21.
not with shield.
Oh.
So she'll use her reaction.
What does your shield look like?
So when the shark goes to attack her, she releases her sword and spins it in front of her, which creates this like glowing rune-like shield, and then catches it after it attacks.
Awesome.
And then she'll fly over and use her third attack from haste on Hunter Shark D.
Okay.
Does a 19.
It does.
Okay. 12 piercing damage.
All right. Safina, at the end of your turn, what is your passive perception?
Also 10.
You do see this since you are a little bit higher up. There is a growing dark shadow that is rising from the depths.
This is really wonderful.
Zamir, your turn.
She will shout then on that turn.
Okay.
She sees it. Zamir, below you.
What do I? Ooh, this is actually a question. Because we are underwater,
Yeah.
does this constitute as dim or dark?
That's a good question. I'd say to a certain extent it's probably dimmed a little bit. So yeah.
20 feet of dark vision, 120 feet of dark vision. Do I see anything else down there?
It's hard because the way that dark vision works is that it's kind of like black and white. It's kind of, you're not seeing like distinct colors, so it's more shadows. And it's harder to see because it's like looking through fog more so than looking through darkness. But you do see some distinct shape of a large mass kind of moving, kind of rising from the depths. But you can't see any like distinct features.
Great. Ooh, math. Shark A is sinking.
Mm-hmm.
How far is Shark A from me?
It's about 10 feet.
Can I deduce how far the mass is, knowing that the shark is 10 feet from me?
I'll say roll just a straight intelligence check. We'll do the math woman meme
I
to
am
see.
truly, because I have a -1 to that.
You can roll twice on this.
Ooh, that is true. Thank you. That's that was a 3. How do you feel about a 10?
You know it's probably about 30 to 40 feet below you, maybe a little bit more. You can't tell how big it is. That's the problem. It's that sense of like, is that tower really, really tall, or is it just really far away?
Yeah.
You're not sure.
Okay. Lovely. Then we are gonna worry about immediate threats right now. You've hit both D and C, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to, because Shark A is still sinking, I'm going to not worry about them. Instead, I'm gonna, yeah, I can make that because even with swimming, I'm gonna go ahead and pop over to, oh, not this option, I need this option. I'm gonna pop over here to Shark C.
Okay.
And go ahead and hit, oh boy. Oh, that's not gonna be good. I think that is gonna be a, look at this again. How do you feel about a 12?
That is exactly what you needed.
Great, lovely, stunning strike on Shark. Which one is this one? It's Shark C. And that is also going to be a 15 points of damage.
He rolled a 17 for his con save.
Wonderful. So he's not stunned, but he takes 15 bludgeoning damage, Shark C.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and attack them again because, you know, mine is what?
Thank you.
14 to hit.
That hits.
Lovely. And that's going to be 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. Anything else?
You know what? Bonus action. Another bonus action on strike. That's a nat 20.
That is a nat 20.
Lovely.
Crit.
You love a monk crit over here. Remind me, are we doubling dice or just adding, or just...
I always love double dice.
Lovely, great.
If you ever had a jump rope.
16, 18, 16, 18, plus 4 is 22 points of damage.
Describe the kill.
Great,
Yeah.
lovely. I've already gouged out an eye and taken out someone's brain. Peter's gonna hate me. I want to tear off this shark's fins.
Okay.
And I'm gonna let it sink and drown itself.
All right. As you see it sinking kind of below the depths, you see the body just kind of disappear into this mass very quickly.
Oh, that's great.
Anything else?
I'm underwater, so I can't make sounds, but I'm gonna point at the mass and just like frantically, not good below.
Yes. All right, Merrimack, your turn.
Okay. How far is Shark A down below us?
It's no longer stunned at the end of your turn.
Right.
It is about almost 15 feet below.
Okay, I think Merrimack has caught his sense now. He's a little bit out of shock of the teleportation, the water, the sharks, the new girls. So he remembers what he can do. And out of trout, pop into giant octopus.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sort of stretching out, showing the beak a little. Showing off.
Showing the beak.
And I'm going to go over to Shark A.
Remember, you'll get opportunity attack if...
I'm going to risk it.
Okay.
I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go over to him and in octopusy form.
Let me see, because you might get out of your octopus form. The first one's going to attack you at 18.
Okay, that does hit.
So you're going to take 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And the next one's going to attack
D
you.
does not have advantage because my strike neutralizes it.
That's true. It still rolled a nat 20.
No.
And that's going to be another 15 points of bludgeoning, piercing damage.
Wonderful.
So how much HP does your octopus have?
16, I want to say.
Yeah. So as you turned into your octopus form.
52.
Oh.
52.
All right. So I think you're
52.
still in octopus form.
I sure am.
All right. So yeah, get yourself over to that hunter shark and do your damage.
What that beak do?
So she's gonna go over. And let me find her. I'm going to tentacle attack. So wrap around all 8.
Okay.
8.
Mm-hmm.
8. Let's see.
Let's see. You have a special ninth one.
Special night.
Nine does not do.
Nine does not. No.
All right. Well,
Deceived.
I want to still be holding on to it.
Yes, I'll allow that. You're touching cuffs at the very least.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
No.
At the end of your turn, you all notice the sharks sense something and start this running away.
That's great.
Safina, you will get opportunity attack against Shark E if you'd like.
Yeah.
All right.
27.
That hits. Roll your damage.
10 piercing.
Okay. He is still running though. And then Prasa, you get an opportunity attack again, and I'll just Prasa against this one.
I'm
So
spiteful. It's 14
that hits.
for a nice 7 thunder damage.
Okay, he's still living. But Merrimack, do you choose to let go as the shark tries to flee?
No.
All right, you're pulled along with it.
All right, let's go.
Oh God.
As you all, but Merrimack, you sense, you look down in your octopus form. You are more likely to sense things as an aquatic creature, and you see something. It is huge. It is coming, and these sharks. There's like this preternatural sense inside of you that is like, this is not good. This thing is going to get me. I need to leave. It's going to consume me. And then there's something about it that like almost connects with you, that it sees you specifically. I'd say, in your animal form, whatever this is like a natural predator or some sort of like apex predator. You're not sure, but yeah, the sharks are getting away. They're swimming deeper into the ocean, further away from that town you saw. So what would you like to do?
I'd like to detach.
You may.
But I don't know if he knows if he wants to stay in fight. He doesn't know who these people are yet.
Yes, I get that.
He's flipping.
So the sharks are far enough away. They don't seem to be causing any specific damage or threat to you all right now. But you all get the sense throughout this that there is something coming from the depths. We're going to run out this. They don't take any attacks, the sharks, but Prasa, at the end of your turn, will get out of combat.
All right. If I sense something coming up beneath me that I don't like, I'm going to use movement action and the expeditious retreat bonus action dash to go, I guess, 45 feet, trying to get away from where it's coming up.
Yes. So that's going to be, you're going to be all moving east, or technically west, towards the city that you see. It's the only shoreline that you see within distance. All right. So essentially, we're out of combat. I'm going to switch outside the VTT back to our full table. Hi everyone. So we're gonna do a skill challenge. There's something coming, and we all need you guys need to get yourselves to shore.
Okay.
Now, setting the stage, Merrimack, you are still an octopus.
Yeah.
Zamir, you are in your finery, swimming. Prasa, you're still in your heavy armor that you're wearing. That's magically light at the same time.
Yeah.
And Safina, you are flying above. All right, so we'll go around the table. Merrimack, how do you want to try and make your way to shore?
I think I say an octopus is.
All right, so that's going to be an athletics check.
Oh, maybe. 9.
Yeah, you're not used to all these legs, especially that weird ninth one that you have. So the I just want to make sure. Yeah. Yeah, you're still kind of stuck there. That's going to be a failure.
Okay.
Zamir, what skill challenge would you like to accompany?
How far is this city from us?
It's going to take a while, but this is more to get away from this presence that's
Right.
coming.
I dim light underwater.
About that, yeah.
I'm gonna be underwater and I'm going to shadow step 60 feet away.
Okay, I'll allow that. You just kind of dip down and you get enough depth that the sunlight isn't touching you as much, and you just kind of through the water, very like Nightcrawler-esque.
Oh, it's very, yeah, there's almost like a quick vacuum, and then I'm just away and 6 feet away.
All right. Prasa, how do you want to move?
Can I cast Enhance Ability on
Yeah.
myself for advantage on intelligence checks?
Yeah.
And use nature to determine, all right, waves. Nature's intelligence. Waves, currents, weight. How do I need to move? I can't fucking swim.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
And I'm going to press the button in the middle of my belt, and the entire armor retracts back in on itself. And now I'm just a dude in suspenders in the ocean. I need 2 of these. That's a 13, 2 9s.
It's a little finicky. You haven't gone swimming with heavy armor in a while or ever. So the displacement of weight was a little shocking to you, that you're like, oh, now I'm up more so than I was before. And yeah, you're able to swim a little bit faster. You see the octopus kind of trailing behind a little much, but you're able to get further away. Safina, you are not barred by this ocean water. You are flying above. What would you like to do?
How big is this octopus?
It's giant.
It's
She
giant.
is giant. But maybe just a tentacle out.
Well, and you as a gnome, which I would have seen.
I'm 3 foot.
You're much
70
smaller.
pounds.
Okay. Considering that Safina, in her calculating mind, probably understands that these folks were somehow also affected by this teleportation magic against their will, and perhaps are not adversaries to her and Safina, to Zamir, wants to help. And likely recognizing your shapeshifting ability as druidic power.
You are familiar with druids, yes.
She's also, by the way, still hasted and blade singing, so she's moving at quite the speed, literally 80 feet per 80 feet per round, I guess. She's going to.
Just drag him, please.
She's going to say, well, if you're that big, that's where I don't. Because she's not very strong, so she's going to yell to you to change back.
Yeah.
She'll say, "Gnome, return to gnome."
Return to no.
And then she'll extend the handle end of her sword to you to grab you, and then sort of drag you in the water as she flies away.
I'm assuming you return to gnome.
Not only do I return to gnome, I return to small badger. And the tentacle pops up, the water moves, and a badger pops out, a little chunky badger with its hand up, just
Right.
joyful.
I believe that's all of your wild shapes at this
No,
point.
there's more.
Okay. No, how many? Yeah, I think you only have.
I haven't done wolf.
No. I'm saying you only have a certain number of wild shapes that you can do.
Oh.
I think.
Well,
I'll enjoy.
Not sure that's written.
Yeah, I appreciate the creativity. I think you have 4.
So far it's only been 3, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, come on now. It's bullying.
Although you can exchange
Yeah.
your spell
Well,
slots
slots.
for wild
You
shape
can.
forms.
Yeah.
So, and that I don't believe requires an action. So I think you
Yeah.
technically have more.
Okay, back to
Yeah.
No.
But if you want to use one of your spell slots to exchange it for
For a
a
wild
wild
shape,
shape
yeah.
and still become a badger.
How did I do that?
All right, and you could be something lighter if you want.
No, I want to be the badger. I think it's cute.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll do that.
Safina will respond and say, I said no, not badger. Well, I suppose this also works. And she'll just drag you.
Yes, the badger's much lighter. You do not have to make a strength check.
Thank goodness, because she has not.
So yeah, the badger, I'd say you're able to like crawl up she like lifts you onto her back. You have a badger now on your back and you're flying.
Great, and she's just gonna zoom away.
Yeah,
She's flying quite fast.
Prasa, you're the only one still a little bit further behind. I'd say the closest one to you is Zamir. Zamir, would you like to try and help Prasa?
If I see this new person retract armor into themselves and it's just a man in suspenders, I'm like, okay, what pop up out of the water. Do you need help? Are you good?
I'm going as fast as I can.
Okay, I'm gonna grab you by the suspenders and say, kick your legs.
Alright.
And I'm going to help them.
I'd say one of you can roll athletics with advantage, or both of you can roll separately.
I'm gonna. Ooh, what is your athletic?
Negative.
Negative? Can it be acrobatics?
I'll
for
allow. You know what?
dexterity?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
It's
Can I? No,
yeah. Go for it. What do you want to do?
They already have advantage.
Okay.
15 plus. That's gonna be a 21. Acrobatics.
Yes. So, not as fast as Safina flying through the air
course not.
with a badger on her back, but you do manage to kind of kick yourselves faster. And there is this. You look behind you, Prasa. You're still kind of the tail end of this, and you see this like force almost kind of push the water away and then kind of retreat. You sense that maybe it was attracted to the sounds that you were making, the thunderclaps and the explosions, and of course the dead sharks that you were sending its way. But whatever it was, it did not catch up to you, and you managed to get yourselves to the shore. It is exhausting, it is hot, it is humid. The cliffs are almost 60 to 70 feet tall, but knowing that there is a town nearby, you see this is a little inlet of a beach, and you see kind of man-made stairs carved into the side of the rock. This is, probably a beach used to get down for like ship stocking or like little rowboats coming up. Probably not as well used as likely because it is covered in moss, but this is a great place for you all to take a quick break after that. So this is a good chance for you to take a short rest if you'd like, and to meet each other. Before you guys get into it, I'd like you to go around the table and introduce yourselves, your character, and describe what they look like one more time. So we'll start with Nathaniel.
I am Merrimack, Mirror Breaker, for now.
Yes.
I am a druidic gnome from the forest southwest of Neverwinter. I'm about 3 foot nothing, ginger still, about 75 pounds, working on that, and just giving classic Bavaria adjacent gnome wear and soaking wet.
All right.
Lovely. Hi, Des. I am Zamir. Tiefling. Deep ebony skin with amber eyes. The horns are ram horns. They kind of circle around the ears, and in that circle there's like, especially because we were at a party the last time we had a session, their dreadlocks are braided back in the following the curvature of the horns. Their very vintage long coat is ripped and tattered and smells like fish right now, and they are kind of pissed about it. They stand about like 5'7" not super buff because they have to remain flexible and movable, but you can tell that they are solid.
All right. Prasa.
Prasa is wearing, he's wearing like a suspended upper half and fairly fine lower half clothes, ornate pants, nice shoes, and is a weak-looking middle-aged man.
And then Safina.
The best way to describe Safina would be if the actor Michaela Cole, if you're familiar with her, were covered in runic scars. So a dark-skinned, bald, cunty-ass woman.
Yes.
Covered in runic scars that glow when she activates her various magical abilities or casts spells. I will also say that, considering that she and Merrimack are likely going to be arriving first, she also knows that all of her various buffs are set to expire at precisely the same time. So as she approaches the shore, she calls out and says, Badger, my magic is expiring. Apologies for the crash landing. And she just like leans into the leash. As her wings disappear, her runes stop glowing, and her haste causes lethargy.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'd say you both take about 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you do a crash into the, and it's unfortunately is not soft sand. It's that like rocky Mediterranean beach sand. As you fall into it, but you survived. You're all on the beach. What do you want to do?
Well, Safina is probably so the haste causes lethargy, so she's just sort of lying there catching her breath for a minute. I don't know what the rest of them are doing.
I'm gonna speak up. I didn't see you all in the chaos, but I guess you were nearby to the fight and moved.
Not I.
Are we talking about the sharks that we just destroyed, or are you talking about something else?
Back in Baldur's Gate, the big thing in the square with the big floating stones and.
No, I was deep in a chasm up in Neverwinter with some good Judies who I assumed you all were until I could wipe the salt water out of my eyes.
Safina says, "Who's Judy?"
I come to Neverwinter to know her.
Just like you sound like a cavern party. You seem like maybe hangs out in a canyon, has activities kind of person.
Well, I was in the city looking for my own history, for the mystery of my own self, when I ran into some wonderful travelers who I joined. We were very deep in a large, non-man-made chasm in the city of Neverwinter, battling for our life. When I blinked and I couldn't breathe and I was spitting up water, now I'm here.
Zamir's just gonna look at you and side-eye both of them.
I would say the two of you can make a perception check. Yeah, you and Prasa.
9.
16.
You clock that they looked at each other.
And where are you two from? Are you two from here? Were you morphed out of the cavern like I was?
Safina will say, as a point of clarification, where precisely is here?
Neverwinter. I come from Neverwinter.
I haven't been there. This is probably the ocean is colder in Neverwinter. This is probably not.
You do sense it is very humid here. You're actually not used to humidity. Now, you're more from like the colder north. So you're not. I think I would say that the shock of all this, you just realize like, is this your great aunt Gertrude had hot flashes, so you assumed it was genetic.
Nonverbal. He's hot.
Yeah.
He's just nodding.
But yeah, none of you are familiar with this locale. It doesn't seem familiar, at least to any of what you're used to, in terms of your respected cities.
Zamir has stepped away from y'all and keeping an eye on Saphir, and I'm just like, what? Okay. Where are you from again?
Neverwinter.
You?
Baldur's Gate.
You?
Waterdeep.
You?
As well, Waterdeep.
And you two know one another.
We do, in
Yes.
fact. Safina will say, she'll turn to Zamir and say, it appears the effects of the teleportation may have been more haphazard and widespread than we could have calculated.
Have you been studying teleportation things in Waterdeep?
She says, we have not specifically, but it is currently an endeavor of our black staff, our interim black staff, and likely part of an attempt to overthrow the city and invite Fae into this part of the world.
Yours. You know somebody named Issa. Maybe.
She says, no Issa.
Who
All right.
is
sorry, you just said some things that I, have heard about, and somebody warned me about you, but you've already said things that I like a lot, so, maybe I don't really like that person who warned me about you.
Who was that person?
Some woman named Issa, who I don't know much about, but she was working with some weird people, and there's interim black staff teleportation thing, little Fae trying to take over or something.
Safina will sigh and say, she says, it appears you're panicking. You look like you're panicking.
A little. It's a little panic right now. This is kind of a panic-appropriate situation, I think.
She says, it might be in terms of the lack of clarity over our circumstances, but panic will not serve you in this moment. Then she silently starts to draw runes in a circle on the ground silently as the rest of you talk. As she prepares to cast Leolin's tiny hut to give us a safe space to rest and chat.
The dome appears. What color is the outward dome?
What color are the surroundings?
The cliffs, everything's like a kind of a bleached white.
Okay.
Like a lot of salt.
So she will have the dome replicate that color.
Yeah. So, and the beach itself, it's like an inlet with some cliffs on the side. So you don't see anyone or anything, but there are steps that seem to have been carved within the cliff face itself that you can easily take up to a potential city area. But they are covered in moss and they look wet, so they don't seem to they don't seem to have been used in recent time. But yeah, you're all in this temperate little dome, able to take a short rest if you'd like. Anything else you guys like to chat
I just
about?
think beforehand, Mike steps away from them, glances out of the ocean, and holds on to his wrist and calls out to Zeph.
As you do, you pull on your wrist. You pull on your bracelet, your pale aetherite bracelet, and it breaks.
Do we see that?
Roll a perception check.
Safina will not be paying attention.
Can I also do that?
Yes.
She's busy casting this hut.
Nope. 3.
7.
You guys don't notice. It just
Great.
yeah. Zamir, as you are looking, kind of just like take a look down at that pale aetherite bracelet that was on your person. It's not there.
At all?
At all.
Has Tiny Hut been cast, or are you focusing on casting Tiny Hut?
It takes 11 minutes, so probably while this is
Yeah.
happening, she doesn't notice.
Well, you got busy even though you were interesting. Well,
I would have, as soon as I see mine gone,
Yeah.
knowing how you feel very specific about yours, I run over to you and I think I just grab your wrist that I know it's on and bring your attention to it.
As you bring grab her wrist, her aetherite bracelet is still intact and on her person.
I got an OG one, y'all. She got that prototype. Anyway. And she says, "What are you doing?"
And I show you my wrist and it's gone, no pieces.
No pieces.
I show you both of my wrists and saying it's gone.
Can I see this?
I would say as you're coming back, you just hear him say it's gone, but you don't know what he's talking about.
And Safina says, it appears so.
But you do see Zamir like grabbing her wrist, and you see she has, it doesn't look like yours. It's a little bit bulkier, but it is still the same thing. It looks like a pale aetherite bracelet.
Is there anything you can do to fix this?
And you see him bring up, and it's 2 pieces, almost 3. It's kind of breaking apart. Looks very brittle. A pale aetherite bracelet of some sort in his hands.
Safina,
Cheers.
she looks at it, she looks back at you, and she says, "You want this repaired?"
I'll do anything, please.
you want that
I'm
repaired?
desperate. I need it repaired.
Give me that. Unless you.
She says, No, I have neither the skill nor the interest.
It's the only way to get home.
You're gonna have to tell me how that works while I do this. And I start thumbing the sides. I pull out various tools and start thumbing the sides of it.
Are you wearing
it?
Were you wearing a bracelet? Or do we see any evidence of?
I am not really one for jewelry, so
No bracelet on Prasa.
These are those trendy ones.
They're a little bit more than trendy.
They're like fashionable people have been wearing them in maybe in Waterdeep, something. I don't know. I saw a lady with them recently.
Sabine will say, they are catalysts to absorb life energy to fuel a teleportation device, in addition to empowering an elite cabal of nefarious current leaders of Waterdeep.
Wait. What do you mean?
She says,
Because this was just a communication. This was just how my friends and I talked. Nothing
No.
else.
Rich people were gonna steal your life to make themselves immortal.
I felt that look come not at, just like at me personally. I'm sorry.
she says, were you not informed?
No, not informed.
We haven't been wearing them, but they are around. Bigger piece of this is are back around town where I'm from. Just like much more like cart-sized.
And she says, and what effect have they had on the townsfolk?
Well, people have been, donating their memories to them. It sounds a little crazy.
And then
We did.
she'll look at you and say, Agnes.
Oh.
Because she told us about this, right?
The writer,
She says, the writer.
washerwoman,
Washer.
Wisher.
You do know her last name is
Washerwell, yes.
Washerwell.
Yes, in fact, Washerwell.
The writer. They wrote somebody who wrote a bunch of medical journals.
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah.
People have been donating their memories, yes.
Yeah. And I don't know, it was nefarious and Fey-like. It was Fey-like. When you said the Fey thing, I kind of sparked because we were having Fey problems. And we blew up a big couple of these crystals and tore a hole in reality. And, then a bunch of people seem to have blipped to a bunch of places. So I guess it's...
Wait, so you destroyed crystals and then teleported away?
The crystals part was on purpose. The teleporting part just... I didn't do that.
But it happened to you.
It happened to me.
When you destroyed the crystal?
A couple minutes later. A couple seconds later, actually, now that I think about it, but...
Safina is her calculating brain is trying to sort out what question to ask next and what information she needs, but she's kind of overwhelmed by all of this. And she says, leave the bracelet for now.
Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah. Say no, please. Thank you.
Agnes, the writer, Washerville, was a comrade of ours, and we were attending a banquet for the recently elected. Was he recently elected?
He was.
Or he took over.
He was like announcing himself as
Yeah.
like the head of this organization.
Blackstaff of town, along with as I mentioned, cabal of other elite nobility who were leading our city. They, under the guise of introducing a teleportation system among the city, were in fact using these crystals to empower themselves by drawing energy off of those who wore it. Agnes, myself, Samir, and another dear friend of mine were fighting this...
Two dear friends of yours.
Yes. She's not, oh, right, yes.
That was...
Sorry.
You
was
do get
remote
it.
at the time, so I yes. And two other friends of ours were, after attending this banquet, embroiled in a pretty explosive battle that led to our teleportation here. But it seems as though we have all been separated. I am not sure if that incident also caused your teleportation or if your destruction destruction of these crystals somehow affected your location. We don't seem to know anything about where you have come from.
What were you doing
Chasm party.
an hour ago?
I don't even know anymore. I had come to the city of Neverwinter on my own personal cause, I'd like to point out. I was wrapped in with a gang of now good friends. A paladin,
A bard.
a bard,
And a sorcerer.
And a sorcerer, of course. I joined these individuals to help them discover the mystery of a very large chasm that had opened in Neverwinter. See it for yourself, 200 feet wide at the start of it, and for weeks I was assisting them climbing deeper and deeper and deeper to figure out the cause of the chasm, the issues within the chasm. Ultimately, at the deepest level, we were torn into an interspace dimension where we encountered an unknown god eater, who we could only see through a series of cylindrical portals. Me and my friends worked as hard as we could to push this god eater back through his portal before he'd come into Neverwinter. And as we realized we had no possibility to actually harm it whatsoever, our dear friend used his sword with a little magic through it to slash a hole and get us back home. Unfortunately, the last thing I remember is stepping through the tear he created for all of us to return to the surface in Neverwinter. And now I'm here. Gagged, to be frank, at the bracelets, given to us by the band?
No, given to you by the Delvers Guild.
Oh,
Athena says, gagged? You're not gagged.
tricked,
Tricked. Understood.
shocked.
You have to use straightforward words. Also, there was a god eater,
There was indeed. Unexpected
and
to all
y'all
of us.
left the god eater there and ran away.
We sealed the portal to stop him from bludgeoning through into Neverwinter. But once we realized we were just flies compared to him, it was time to get out. We all assumed that we would just reappear at the top of the chasm.
And then they'll go like find other people and deal with it.
Exactly right.
Reasonable.
And any influence of Fae in Neverwinter that you are aware of?
You heard of, there was a Thay representative, but you never really interacted with her very often.
She'll turn to you and say, one of this elite cabal in the new leadership of Waterdeep was a Thayan woman named Zula, who is much cause for suspicion, as are most of them.
Miramac, you also had a patron that you worked with to help you originally at the bottom of the chasm. What was her name?
Celine!
And her last name was Celine Shadowfeather.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Above table, I got some history with Celine, but not with his character, so I can't really talk
You
about
do
that.
know about this.
Well, yes, Safina knows about her, but she doesn't have the same kind of. Anyway.
We met a Fae and
Yes, you
wizarding
did.
woman. Is there a resemblance? She looked very distinctive.
Yes, there. I would say, based on that description, it sounds similar. I'd say, Prasa, you know, the basics about Thayan culture is that they tend to be bald, covered in tattoos, and wear red robes. So you don't want to be like
I'm
a.
not Fae.
And like Safina
But currently,
carrying some of these characteristics.
A little bit, yes.
She will look at you if she senses some suspicion on your face and say, I am an Aesonor, I am not Thayan. I am very much alive and celestial.
But you're doing like a costume thing or like a reference or
She'll say, I did not choose to wear this.
okay, you looked so good in it.
yeah.
She says, I am not concerned with how I appear physically or aesthetically. I am concerned with the current crisis.
What about crystals? Did anybody here deal with crystals?
Crystals.
Spark in your eye.
Crystals. There's some. it's been the last couple of months there's been this crystal thing. There's some sort of a. There's some. Oh god, there's so many pieces.
Mm-hmm.
There are some very hoity-toity elves off the coast in Evermead who have proposed a crystal memory bank in Baldur's Gate that people are able to touch and leave their memories in and receive new memories from other people. Like, give it a recipe for cookies, learn the tools for how to knit a sweater, etc. It is some sort of a partnered with Fae thing that has been you mentioned a sort of like life-stealing quality of this Aetheryte bracelet. There's a future potential stealing quality of the Memoria crystals that Faye is behind to, I believe, power the teleportation thing that you were talking about.
She says, it appears so. And then she'll turn back to you and she'll press to digitate an image of the Necronics crystals that we encountered. So she'll say, the Aetheryte bracelets that you are wearing are harvested, or rather refined versions of this black crystal that has a fairly volatile effect. And
Yes, it does.
Press to digitate the form, or the image of this blue vivical liquid. That we have learned.
Eyes widen.
Yes.
I still have a grenade.
Yes, you
I'm
do.
going to pull out a grenade that is basically a makeshift between the crystal and the vivicar, and just show y'all. Anything similar to this?
So it's like one side of the grenade is the Necronics crystal, and one side is the river fluid.
The
Did
blue.
you make this?
I did not make
She
this.
said, our dear friend Zamanel
Can I
instructed it.
I don't think I want
Can
you to.
I look at it and you hold it?
Yes, I will hold it.
Prasa, you take a good hard look at this. It's fine craftsmanship. It's definitely made by some sort of someone who's good with their hands, someone who knows what they're doing. It's a little, primitive from your standpoint, but it's functional and you can see how it
also
works.
Weird and volatile materials.
Yes.
It's very impressive.
But there's just like this very like clear like wall between the two that you know that if it's like thrown, it can destroy like probably something.
we just like grabbed globs of it and threw it. This is way better.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing, but we had to do something.
Understandable. We did similar things a while ago, but this is what we got.
To me, this is absurd because we spent our whole last couple of weeks fighting these things and stopping them.
The crystals?
The crystals. Growing,
Yeah.
causing harm within ourselves.
Yes, as have we. And that, just for further edification, is the source of your bracelet.
Why are you wearing one?
She says, my bracelet is somewhat complicated. I appear to have an earlier, likely experimental model that I share with one of our other compatriots.
As you say that, it's been a while since you felt this, Safina. Your connection with Zemanel, you've worked to kind of pull that handcuff further away, but this is the furthest you've been from him in a very, very long time. And you feel that like exhaustion, that kind of like, you're able to fight against it, but that pull to go north, you feel it. You can sense him somewhere, and he has his bracelet on.
So, Safina, who, if you couldn't already tell, is a fairly straightforward, not terribly emotional person. Her heart skips a beat and her breath catches as she's talking about this bracelet and as she feels this pull and she looks down at it and she hesitates, which is very out of character for her. And she goes kind of silent as she's like just trying to sense what's happening with her bracelet. And then she'll turn back to you and say, I can't explain the differences between this bracelet, but it has me connected to a very important person of ours, of mine, with some further complicated implications that I am not going to discuss currently, and she'll look at Zamir and just sort of silently tell you we're not talking and say that she doesn't understand why her bracelet is still here, but it is likely because of its unique origins.
Well, look, keep some secrets. Like, I don't expect to know everything about you immediately, even though we are kind of pleasantly aligned on a couple of important points.
Seems so.
That would be convenient, yes.
I'm Evernand, running hands through his hair, touching his ears. Prosinos, you can call me Prasa.
Zamir. Also, where did your armor go? And I think Zamir will actually poke you a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's not on right now. I've sort of like leaned into both how it works and what I can. I build some things, and I push the button in the belt, and it all sort of just like folds up and out of non-reality back around my arms and limbs and torso.
Zamir steps back a little bit.
But and what does it look like once it's on?
It is a like silvery, coppery metal with a lot of very fine filigree all along it, like very flourished epaulets. It's way too genteel compared to Prasa's form and attitude.
It definitely does not fit the aesthetic that Prasa is giving off.
It does match the pants.
It does.
Can I roll an Arcana check
Yeah.
to examine more about what kind of...
I'll allow it.
Because this clearly appears to be some sort of magically assumed armor. 28.
You don't know what this is. I mean, like, if you had a good couple hours to just, like, investigate it, maybe with Zeminel's help or someone else's help, you could, really understand what this is. It's clearly magical. It's clearly something powerful or at least arcane to the point where it can do something like this. The make of it seems either elven or sylvan of some sort, but that's kind of what the best you can discern from just like a cursory glance and your knowledge of the Arcana.
Okay, and she'll say, curious, a magical suit of armor. I'm not familiar with this construction.
I've been adapting it further to my own purposes.
You see closer, there's like some makeshift, like homemade kind of additions and kind of adjustments, but process seems like pretty comfortable in this.
I can't match the original craftsmanship, but I get better with it all the time.
And she'll say, curious, I'd like to learn more. I'm Safina Sahar. Safina, it's fine. And she'll look at you.
Merrimack, like the river. Mare for short is just fine. I'm a short one. I can't help you I can't thank you all enough, actually, for helping me, because I'm 99% sure I would have drowned.
Well, you kept turning into a fish.
I was nervous. You know what? The mind doesn't work when it's wet all the time. I'm from the woods. Parts of me wet, not the full body all the time. Us gnomes, we don't swim often.
I think mines are wet, technically.
Right? She says, yes, in fact, they are floating in a pool of water in our skulls.
Great.
Merrimack smiles.
As you say that, you hear the distant boom, boom, boom. It's about 3 p.m. potentially.
Oh.
You all have a chance to take a long rest, and here we're going to take a long rest as well, give our chance to do some bodily functions, and we'll be right back.
Hey.
Lovely.
All right, hello everyone. We are back with the Southern Route players. Just to recap, they have just landed on the shores somewhere new and have been introducing each other to each other. And they heard some bells above them. There is definitely a town to the above them.
Safina will say, I imagine there's much information that we could continue to share, but it would be wise to know where precisely we are, and she will also cast mage armor on herself as she says that.
All right. What would you guys like to do?
Do you think I can see any creatures in the ground? Crabs, sandworms?
Make a either investigation or nature check.
About the same. 18.
Yeah, you see some crabs.
Okay, then I think Merrimack listens and he turns and he gets down on all fours and gets really close and says, "Hello, Mr. Crab."
Mm-hmm. Are you casting Speak with Animals? Yes, I assume.
I'm going to say, "Hello, Mr. Crab. Thank you for your time. My friends and I here seem to be so lost. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about this place."
It's the ocean.
You are a crab with a sense of humor, I see. What about the town? What about what's lying up these stairs?
No upstairs. They eat us upstairs.
Fair, and have a great day, sir. Thank you.
And it goes into the water.
Nothing from the crab, though. Okay. I tried. How are we going to get up these mossy steps?
They seem pretty. You need to be careful at the very least.
Mossy meaning no one's used them.
Yes.
Not that they're dangerous.
Correct.
See, I like
They might be
I like your
dangerous.
thoughts.
They're wide enough. It's just like they kind of curve up the side of the cliff.
I would expect moss to be your vibe.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I was thinking my center of gravity's low, so I thought if I slip on the moss and go down, it's going to be a whole thing.
Safina will also, as
gravity's low,
as
so I
you're
thought if I slip on the moss.
as you're talking to this crab, she will step somewhere a bit away and summon her familiar Boomy. So you see this kind of glowing spiritual owl just appear from the ether and then come and sit on your shoulder.
Gorgeous.
All right. You guys want to climb the steps?
Let's climb the steps.
I climb the steps. I think I'll take point up the steps.
Okay.
Put my armor back on.
All right. As you climb the weathered stone steps from the beach, the sound of the surf fades behind you, replaced by a distant noise of the city above. The path winds upward through sun-warmed rock before opening into a broad road leading towards the gates. From here, the city rises in tiers of pale sandstone and white marble overlooking the harbor. Ships sway below the walls while seabirds circle overhead. The first thing you all notice is that there are street lanterns, obviously magical, seem to alight randomly as some people walk by. You do also notice one tower rises well above the rest, built from smooth white stone that shines in the sunlight. Near its top, a circular balcony is lined with thin golden spires like rays of light, and above, a large crystal set in a golden stone frame catches the sun and glows over the city. It's a relatively peaceful merchant town. It's probably a little bit smaller than the towns that you all came from. I'd say about a mid-sized version of like Neverwinter, Waterdeep, whatever. Port town, obviously. And there seems to be some just local trade. Doesn't seem to be like anyone being whipped or hauled off in the streets. It's, civilized at the very least. There are guards. They stand at many gates and certain establishments, not surprised. But you do notice the majority of them wearing polished armor that have white and gold vestments over them, marked with a symbol of a golden sunburst with an eye at the center. The thing that you notice is that each of them, despite it having this like inlaid like design, there's like a white veil over it. It's just kind of like someone has stitched, like they all kind of wear. You can see through it. So it's like, oh, there's like that. That is potentially part of the symbol. And the thing that you all do notice is that the streets bustle with people, and one detail does quickly stand out, that halflings seem to be the majority of of people here, easily over 100 of them just throughout the street. And then you start to notice that majority of the buildings are of different sizes, some for larger folk and some for normal sized folk.
What seems to be the rest of the species makeup in the non-human?
It's just a general smattering. You see your humans, you see your elves, half elves, Goliath, like every tiefling, every version that you could see. But yeah, it seems to be a pretty normal port town.
That symbol on the guards. I've studied like various bits of symbology. Is that like, does it feel like it's like a town or a country vibe or a religious symbol?
You can, I'd say, roll either religion or history check.
History. 23.
You're not familiar with this particular symbol, but the way that they are dressed gives a religious vibe of some sort.
Is it a symbol, considering it has some affiliation with the sun, that I might be familiar with?
You can roll a history or arcana check.
I will roll Arcana. 29.
Again, yeah, it has some markings of potentially Palor or Lathander of like a sun deity worship, but it is not either of those, but it has some like connection to that.
Okay. Safina will clock that. And yeah, she'll just clock that.
Yeah. Yeah, the town is yours. What would you guys like to do? No one seems to be also like really paying attention to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be like pretty busy.
Are you sleep indoors people? You may be a really
I
good
can go either
doing
way.
that. I'm a sleep indoors person.
Work, sleep indoors. Yes.
She says, yes, that's preferable.
Great.
Safina will send Boomy up into the air as far as the distance will allow, and then look through her eyes to see if she can see anything more about the city from a high vantage point.
Yeah, you kind of go as high as you possibly can. You see that the city is kind of built into these cliffs that kind of opened up like fan shape, and the city is like a little bit tiered as it goes closer to the ocean. But there is like a dock area, like an entry point, a port towards the northern part. You guys were kind of like on a smaller inlet where you came in. So the main port area was a little bit further north. And you do see like vast plains to the northwest where you're coming from, but it's a little harder to see that distance. And then you kind of put two and two together at this point where you're just like, wait, based on where the sun is rising and based on where like that, you think that you might be far to the east. Because the sun sets in the west, but the sun's now setting over land. And now the ocean's to your east.
Before she brings Boomy back down, does Boomy see anything that resembles an inn?
Potentially. There's a lot here. I'd say roll a perception check.
Perception's not that great, y'all. Sorry. Oh, 19. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you see what potentially could be a tavern. It's like there are people congregating outside of it.
Okay.
There seems to be some, at least, entry and exit of
Okay.
happening.
So she'll return Boomy to her shoulder and say, perhaps it's wise to find an inn to retire and gather our energy and perhaps learn more about this quaint little town.
Here, here.
We should probably get new clothes.
Yes, I would prefer that.
You do notice that as you're kind of walking through, you're all a little still wet, but the two of you stand out the most as like in your finery, it is still soaking wet and everyone's kind of giving a giggle, but not really paying much mind.
Do you need something less ostentatious? I mean, everything I have in my bag is wet, but
Safina, well, she'll ask you to pull some of it out.
yeah, I've got like I pull out some just kind of beaten traveler's clothes, shirt, pants, etc. Like pale blue out of fashion dress.
She will take the traveler's clothes, touch it with the scabbard edge of her sword, and prestidigitate them dry. And then How does she want to do this? Are we about to sleep? We might be about to sleep, right?
I don't know. You have to find a place to sleep.
I don't know if it's worth. She's gonna look around to see somewhere. She'll move back down to the steps where she's out of view and quickly change into these dry traveler clothes.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
got a second similar set if you want things like that.
Anything in black and or purple.
No, it's a lot of faded secondhand earth tones.
Okay, thank you. I'll look at Savina. Can you dry this?
Yes.
I will take off the coat and leave the pants, and I will take my scarf and like crisscross it across my chest and then around my waist at the back and tie it.
Okay.
Chic.
You're looking at this. Make a history check, Merrimack.
15.
This, you've seen a scarf like this before.
Where did you get that scarf?
I don't know if I trust you yet. Why are you asking?
I don't know if I trust you. Why are you asking?
You asked me first.
Well,
I've had this scarf for well over a decade. It was given to me by someone I love
Love?
very dearly.
what was their name? By curiosity. Because I too have a friend who just recently was given a very similar scarf. Given freely and
Who?
somewhat lovingly.
Who gave them the scarf?
I am so waterbound I can't remember the name. And I'm sure if I heard it on the wind whispered.
You do know that it was a tiefling man that gave your friend that.
I can't remember his name.
It wasn't Malachi.
No.
No.
I don't know what you think about
Sorry to be abrasive.
Mm-hmm.
I am only curious though because a friend was recently given an identical scarf by a loving tiefling individual.
Zamir tries to hide it from you, but like they are very visibly like taken back by even you mentioning a tiefling,
Mm-hmm.
giving away
Freely.
freely.
Joyfully, lovingly.
Who is your friend?
Zeph would be his name.
Are there and
Who I used to be able to communicate with via the bracelet.
Life siphoning crystal.
But also telekinetic speech.
Only telekinetic speech is what we knew. And a little bit of Hellshare.
I would like to go back to the tiefling.
Absolutely.
How did you meet this tiefling?
She says.
No. No, I didn't.
You did actually.
I did, I sure did. When did I meet him?
They were kind of dating.
Yeah, I know, but I was sick the 2 days.
They were around.
Okay, you know what? I remember them only in passing because Zeph was so taken with them. Dare I say lovingly?
I know this tiefling was a him.
Uh-huh. That I could tell. I don't want to assume too much, but I could tell. I would like to assume.
Understandable.
I can see that I've upset you, and that was never my intention. But waterlogged and shell-shocked, I am
Understand.
taken aback to see the scarf.
Yes. We should talk later,
Okay.
and maybe once we get a good night's sleep, and you can remember a little bit more about this tiefling. I would like to know.
Okay. Can I do anything to cheer you up now? Do you want to see a frog, or a badger, or a wolf? Just checking, never mind.
What do these travelers' clothes, what do they look like?
White tie in the front shirt, brown pants, like sort of work pants, kind of.
Got it. Okay.
Real nondescript.
Safina's satisfied with her change of clothes. This seemed far more functional than what she was previously wearing.
All right. You guys want to make your way to the inn,
Let's make our way to the
or
inn.
whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Um,
Lovely, great.
So you kind of guide the group around. It takes a couple, probably 10, 20 minutes. The streets are a little older, and you're not used to kind of the crisscrossy curved, don't make a lot of streets connected way. But you find your way to the Salt and Sail Mercantile. It's kind of an all-purpose building where it sells mostly general goods, kind of like a hardware store, but it is also like a tenant's building, and then there's just a bunch of people just like drinking outside. It's not an official bar, but it's more of just like the biggest building that to allow this many people to hang out front of. So everyone seems pretty friendly. There's a lot of drunk people outside, but they're playing like a version of hacky sack, but it's like it's with a stone that they're kind of kicking. But then you notice that they all joke every once in a while as there's a hidden egg in one of them, and so they have to kind of like jokingly try and kick it, and then it's just like one breaks and they all like ah, and then they all kind of laugh and fall over. Yeah, it's very messy. What would you like to do?
If I see those kids playing hackysack, I'm actually gonna go and play hackysack with them for a little bit.
Yeah, roll a performance check or acrobatics.
Thank you so much. I was like, why? That's gonna be an 18.
Yeah, you kind of make yourself like available. They're all just kind of like get you in there, and you do like a fancy little footwork, and everyone's just like, whoa, and they kind of just like stand back, and you just show off a little bit. You see a human woman kind of come outside. She's got a cloth in her hand, and she throws it over her hands, and she says, "That's some fancy footwork you got there."
Yeah, I just figured I'd play around a little bit. We've had a bit of a long day.
Seems like it. Y'all looking for a place to lay your heads?
We are.
Actually, yes.
All right. I think we got a few rooms. You want the big ones or the normal ones? I can see you got a normal one with you.
Yeah, I want a big one.
Okay.
I want a big one.
Big ones are going to cost extra, obviously, but yeah, we've got plenty of those. Name's Jara Fenwick. This is my establishment, Salt and Sail. You guys aren't from these parts, seems like.
No, we took a few wrong turns.
Yeah.
I'm a little unsure. This isn't where I intended to end up. But where are we?
Oh, haven't asked that question in a while. Come in. And she looks behind you for a moment. Something catches her eye very briefly, and then she looks at you, Safina. And she looks up and down, and she says, yes. Come in, please.
Would I notice this?
Roll a perception check.
Can I roll an insight?
Yeah, roll an insight.
Okay.
That would make more sense.
And I have higher modifier. Oh, no, 4.
I mean, you're kind of like a little enamored
Okay.
by like the newness of it all, but yeah. You make your way inside. It seems to be enough room. The ceiling's just a slightly lower than you're used to, but you can all fit. But Merrimack, you feel like this was meant for you. These are your people. You see gnomes, you see dwarves, you see a lot of halflings. People don't seem to be minding. It's just like this is how the city was built. But yeah, there's rooms for all of you for about 3 gold total.
Easy. Great.
Easy, yeah, great.
Um,
Good for that.
And Jara kind of sits you down. She's like, that comes with some booze for y'all, and we got the lunch rush happening, so it might be a bit.
Yes.
But you asked
Yes.
where we might be.
Yep.
This is a Bellier, and
A Bellier?
Bellier, Beliur. You guys aren't from the north, are you?
I mean, everything's geographically in relation to somewhere, but no.
Okay, good. I mean, you don't seem like you're from the north. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I would cover your head, Missy. One, from the sun, but also, you don't want people thinking you're Fae.
She says, "Have you had trouble with Faye recently?"
Oh, yes. I mean, the Radiant Veil protects us, and they are at the front lines protecting the encroachment of their undead masses. So we give thanks to their people, and they keep us safe and make sure that nothing untoward happens to us. And we're allowed to live our best lives, play some egg sack outside.
Safina says, again, I'm sorry, what protects you from things?
The Radiant Veil. I'm sure you saw them on their way in.
Folks with the little sun.
Yeah. Yes.
Fabric emblem thing.
Yes.
The Radiant Veil.
Yes. They just don't get on their bad sides. They work hard. They're a little sticklers for proper order, obviously, but it works for us at least. But rooms are open if you want to lay your heads down. We also got, and she kind of points, it's very like Cracker Barrel. It's like everything like on the walls and like old timey. She's like, take your pick. We got everything you could want. We got some explorers packs. We've got some rations. We got some flask oil. My young one made this, and it's just like a wooden lantern. She's like, it doesn't really work. But he's trying. Plenty of rope, in case you're gonna go sailing. But what brings you to town? Wedding, funeral?
Just stretching our feet for a bit, Got bored of the same old, same old.
I hear ya.
Safina will say, where might I purchase a cloak for some...
Oh, here. And she just kind of like reaches behind and just goes, all right, we got burlap or cotton.
She says cotton's fine.
All right. We can dye it for you. We got blue or dark blue.
What is it currently?
It's blue.
Blue. Blue is fine.
All right. That'll be 1 silver.
She hands her a silver and she says, and how about any other robes, something to change out of these travelers?
Yeah, we can get some stuff for you. Just let me gather it. You guys take a load off. Missy, and she pulls you over closer. She's like, just be careful outside. I mean, you're not enlisted, right?
She says, how do you mean?
Well, the lanterns glow when you're nearby, so if you haven't enlisted, they're gonna come and talk to you.
And she says, what did they glow in reaction to?
Oh, you're really not from here. Okay. Wild guess. Are you of some celestial origin?
She says, yes.
Oh, well, that explains it. Our lanterns just let us know it's a blessing to be born from the light, and the Radiant Veil is very keen to make sure that we are utilizing all of our people and all of everyone to the best of our ability to prevent us from certain undead death from the north. And ASMR such as yourself are very, 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 very valuable for us. So, yes, I mean, you can, I'm assuming, choose not to enlist, but they will ask you to. They're nice people, just, don't try to resist.
Are you the Radiant Veil? Are these nice people you speak of?
I mean, they protect us.
Safina will say, I can assure you, we are committed to combating any undead threat as well. But as a foreigner, why would I be expected to enlist simply due to my ancestry?
Well, it's important for the front lines. ASMRs are key to us winning this battle against the undead. And we need as many people to help us as possible. Like I said, enlisting, from my understanding, is purely optional. They will just ask. So if you try to resist, they assume that you might be in league with they. It's kind of, don't ask the... Yes.
You can turn down being asked, but you're probably suspicious if you turn it down.
Correct. We had there he is, and she looks behind you. I would say, Merrimack, make a perception check for me, please.
17.
You turn, you're not listening, you're not noticing what they're talking about, but you look behind, and there's a young, about 14-year-old boy. He looks vaguely human, but he is like got his cloak up, and he is just trying to pick your pocket, and you just just catch him right away, and you can grab his wrist. He's like, "Aye, that hurt."
I don't care if it hurt. What were you doing in my pocket?
Look, let it go. I'm sorry, man. I'm just hungry.
Don't tell a gnome what to do. What were you doing in my pocket? There's no money in there for you.
Sorry.
Was it because of my height?
No. I mean, I steal from people big and small. I steal because you're new and you weren't paying attention. And you were too busy with your face in that pie.
Can I
Let's go.
go around this youth and try and pick his pocket?
Oh, I was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, make you can both try your best to do that. Make a stealth check, yeah.
Ooh. Even there's no way I can
17.
Yeah, as you kind of try, and he's like, "Hey, what?" And then you manage to use that as a distraction. As you look at him, you notice that like he's about, like you said, 14, 15, looks human, but then you notice his skin is golden. It is not like sun bleached or anything but there's like a golden sheen to his skin, but he's got a cloak over his head. But as you do, you kind of manage to like go behind his cloak, and there's like, it's not like I'd say an expensive ornate knife, but it's got like an emerald in the hilt, and you can grab it away. As he turns around, it's like, "Give that back!"
just want to see how effective you were at the skills you practice.
Look, if I was effective at what I could do, I wouldn't be where I am. Like, come on.
Looks like you need a little bit more practice as I like flip the knife in my hands.
And he's trying to grab it from you every time. He's like, "Stop it. Come on."
You should focus more.
And as she says that, she kind of walks over and she puts her hand on her shoulder. Jara says this to you, and she says, "Now, what did I tell you about coming in here, Tasman? You're not allowed to steal from us. If you're gonna hang out, you can hang out outside with the rest of the boys. But if you're gonna come in here, you're gonna pay coin. You know that." He's like, "I was trying to get coin. Sorry."
You weren't doing a very good job at it, and I will hand the knife back, hilt first. Sleight of hand, also slide in the silver.
Thank you. And then Jara puts her hand on Tasman. She says, "Look, you know they're going to be making their rounds, so they're going to ask you again. If you're going to enlist, you have to be nice." And Tasman just looks at her and he says, "Fuck them. Fuck them, brat boys. I don't like them. You know what they did." And at that point, you hear a... And you look outside and you see, like, some of those guards kind of coming close to the establishment.
I turn to Safina. "Do you want to be here for this?" She says, "I'll be fine."
All right.
I try to move the kid behind me.
All right. As they come inside, the first thing that leads them is a tiefling. He is lithe and very kind of slender. His skin is white. His hair is white. His horns are white. His eyes are white. And he's got this very gentle smile on him as he's kind of folding his arms kind of against his chest as he looks around and he says, "I believe we have an ASMR who has just arrived in the city." As he looks around and everyone's just kind of quiet, waiting, he says, "Young miss, my name is Halcyon. Will you come join us?"
And she says, "I'd like to know more about what I would be joining first."
"The Radiant Vale. We need your help up north. My praetor can explain more if you'd like to join us."
She says, "No, that won't be necessary. We are simply passing through this town, and we'll continue on with our own quest initiative once we have left."
It has come to our attention that you may have come here magically. We sensed a arcane rift open and saw you from our vantage point in our Radiant Tower. We utilized our extension of sight to see your radiant wings, and we were very impressed with your abilities. So, we would just like to talk If you do not agree to come with us, we will provide a map, along with rations, and a self-driving cart to get you out of the city. All we ask is for you to talk with us.
Safina says, certainly welcoming more information, but perhaps in a more public forum. So, welcome to speak here.
I cannot speak for my praetor. He only stays in the tower. He will ultimately make the decision as to whether or not you can leave with the map and the cart. I cannot give those things freely. I am but a simple servant.
Safina will say, and what seems to be the urgency in this conversation?
The undead march. They are going west. And to go west, they must go past the Shining Sea, and they are bringing forces to the Sword Coast. And among the along the path to the Sword Coast is many towns, including ours. And we are doing our best to prevent that vanguard from moving south. They seem to be moving north. Our effective strategies seem to be working, but they only seem to be working with help from ASMR, such as yourself.
What is it ASMR can do that's special?
They utilize their powers to help bolster our holy ranks, like our clerics and our paladins.
Safina will say, we have only just arrived and are quite weary from travel. As you can imagine, being transported magically, as you so accurately detected, would have a pretty profound effect on our constitution. So perhaps we could have this conversation after we've rested for the evening?
Understandable. We will be located across the street at one of our many barracks. Just come find us in the morning, and if not, we will be eating here at mid-afternoon tea. We would speak then. And he smiles, and as he smiles, it's just like, you know those like creepy Joker smiles that just kind of come up just a little too far? Something about him just like, obviously he's a little creepy, but he bows his head slightly. He says, good day to you all, and they all leave. And then as they all leave, kind of like everyone, the murmur starts up again.
Safina will look to you and using message will tell you privately, we leave before dawn.
Of course.
And then she looks to both of you and says, similarly through message, Zamir and I will be leaving before dawn. And you're allowed to respond once through message privately as well.
I also don't want to be here, and maybe can help you do that smoothly.
And she says, let's discuss that in our rooms.
I have no interest in seeing the undead. I'll be with you.
All right, so you all managed to get to your rooms. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you go to bed for the evening?
Sleep.
And talk about what. So Safina will tell you all in one of the rooms that she has historically been targeted for any number of reasons as a consequence of her ancestry, and is immediately distrustful of anyone who, quotes, needs ASMR for any of their expressed intentions. So, not sticking around, not dealing with this bullshit. What do you have to offer?
Well, a handful of ways to get you out of here discreetly, through either not being seen or being just, we've got to have a window. Just put you at the corner of that building while we're talking downstairs. Just get you out of here quickly, and the rest of us who are not as under suspicion can walk through the street.
Got it.
Just a little zap over there, or just walk out invisible, or...
Great.
I don't know, you seem to do good shit, maybe that's not that impressive, maybe you can do that, but...
No, she says some additional distance would certainly be helpful. I can probably take it from there. So, yeah. Okay, what she's gonna do is... Is there any way for all of us to sleep in the same room?
I would allow it. You can move a bed pretty noisily, but they'll allow it.
Okay, she's going to suggest that we sleep in the same room, and then she's going to ritual cast alarm on the door to alert her privately this time. It's not going to make a sound. If anyone passes through that isn't the four of us in the middle of the night.
Work.
All right.
I will say before I went upstairs, I will give. What was the kid's name again?
His name is Tasmin. Tasminn.
Tasmin. I will get down to Tasmin's level, and I will give him another. I'll give him a gold piece, and I will tell him, "You need to get out of this city. I don't know what they did to you, but it's clearly not good."
He's like, yeah, well, I've been trying to. I just don't know where to go. I can't go north. That's where the undead are. And then the swamps to the west are filled with fucking spiders. So it's just like, I'm kind of stuck here. I'm trying to buy my way on a ship, but I don't know. Don't want to. Where is there to go? I'm just.
Buy your way on the ship.
But to where? It's like, this is the only place I've ever known. My parents got drafted. I think they're still alive. And I'm just trying to make ends meet until they come back.
Sabina will say, "What did you mean when you said you know what they did?"
They took my parents and they used them for their holiness or whatever, our holiness. And he kind of looks at his skin. He pulls his hands out and you see that they're like shiny and golden. He's like, we weren't asked to be born this way. We were just. My dad says we were blessed by Tyr, and now it's not a blessing, it's a curse.
Are your parents still enlisted but alive?
I think so. I mean, it was about a year and a half ago, too, now.
But they just left you here?
I mean, yeah, I was with my aunt for a bit, but then she got sick, and I check on her sometimes, but she's not great right now. It's okay. I'm basically an adult.
Okay. I'm gonna look at you. How much healing can you do?
A fair amount.
You wanna go visit an aunt?
Yeah.
We're gonna come visit your aunt.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. And as you're walking through the street, this is like evening, like 7, 8 o'clock at night. As you notice, he's kind of making like, every so often he'll make like a hard right turn, and you recognize that every street that he's avoiding has those lanterns. And he's like, yeah, I just don't want him to know that I'm here, so they can kind of sense me. And he just kind of, it takes a little bit longer than you probably, you see kind of where you ended up, and it's like, oh, this would have taken like 30 minutes quicker if we just went more directly, but he went kind of the long way.
I can jot this down discreetly.
Okay.
As we go.
Like kind of the path of like the avoidance. And yeah, Prasa, you notice that the lanterns tend to be on more newer streets. You notice kind of like how things are constructed. There's definitely the older like cobblestone streets that were just kind of constructed haphazardly back in an older day. But now it's definitely more akin to like the easier direct path seems to be the more lit path with these lanterns. But you make your way to this smaller place. It's harder for you to get in because it's definitely a repurposed halfling home. But you meet the aunt. It's not that she is sick. It's more that she's losing kind of her mental faculties. And so she's fine, but she's a little confused, and she's older. And so Tasmin says, like I bring her food sometimes, and she's fine. She's fine. She just kind of gets confused and forgets who I am sometimes, and she can't work. So we got enough. We get by. I just, I don't want to get enlisted because, look, they'll give me a good stipend, which is great, and I could send it back to her. But if she does anything with it, I don't know. Someone's got to take care of her.
Are your parents sending things back?
Yeah, we get something, but it's more just like I don't know. It's not a lot. I mean, it's bad up there than what they say, or what I've heard. They is powerful, and they've been knocking at our door for God knows how long. So I just try my best, and I appreciate it. I really do. The coin helps, but not many kind people come by every once in a while, so I can't trust that another, tiefling with a purple scarf is going to fall from the sky and give me a gold coin,
Well, I want to look around. Is there something that like we could fix up or?
Yeah, you could spend the rest of the evening kind of just like repairing some like stuff in the roof and just kind of making it a little bit more livable for these two people.
Yeah.
You're a little tired afterwards, especially after that long day. You definitely all get a point of exhaustion, but you're able to get back to the inn pretty unnoticed and, get a long night's rest unless you guys want to do anything else.
No, sleeps.
All right. So I'll take your long rest. As you wake up in the morning, this is probably about 5:30, almost 6 o'clock.
I would want to do it before dark.
Okay.
Before light, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You manage to wake yourselves up. But the thing that wakes you up, Merrimack, is this sinking feeling. This like, oh God, that feeling, that like apex predator. Like it's like when you've turned into like a deer, like you've sensed the mountain lions. The killer. And you feel it. That's what wakes you up. But everyone's, already waking up. You make your way, and then you all hear the bell in the morning.
I forgot one thing in the evening. I would like to ritually recreate my homunculus.
Okay. Please describe to us what your homunculus looks like.
My homunculus is I'm going to show a picture because that's far easier. But it is sort of peels off the left arm of my armor into a whirling sort of floating metal flower with a large robotic eye in the middle. Sort of like this.
Ooh, okay.
Just
And if you pass it down here, I'm going to put it in the...
Yeah, that's a safe picture to look at. Yeah. Fluttering, spinning petals as it holds itself aloft in the air. And then I roll it back onto my sleeve.
But you hear that bell, and it's like, then you all sense this, like, kind of heat rising in the street. Not like a real heat, but just like a little bit of a panic. And then you're making your way outside, cover of night, and then you start to hear the shouting. And you start to hear the people running. Some people running towards the water. Some people running away from the water. And you're not sure. There's just like shouting and confusion. This is perfect. You're going to be able to get out of here completely unnoticed. You see Halcyon and his people just burst through the barracks, and they don't even pay attention to you. As Halcyon just kind of breathes in, as these wings just kind of unfurl from the back of him, as he just kind of rises into the air, as he's just issuing orders as the soldiers just disperse. It is getting really chaotic, and people, the soldiers are like helping to guide people and to move them. They're actually sensitive to everyone. And then you hear it as you see this giant boulder just roll the city, and people are screaming. It is chaos. What do you want to do?
Oh gosh. This is potentially a Thayan attack, right? Like, we're dealing with Thay crap back home, but we haven't actually seen what it is yet.
I've never experienced it.
And you're the only one who has some sort of echo of some feeling from earlier.
Deep within.
And this is coming from the sea, from where we just were.
Can I call my familiar?
Yeah.
Miss Shigella? That's her name.
Of course.
It's a blue hawk, and I'm gonna send her up and look, see what we can see.
And it's hard to see. The sun is rising and the light is still dim, but there is a massive creature in the bay, and it has destroyed most of the port, and it has knocked with its tail part of the cliff face, and that's what. And it turns and it looks right at you, and you feel that gut sink. It knows you. It smells you. It can sense its child on you.
No.
This is a Tarask,
Yeah.
and it is looking for its child and knows that you have been in contact with it. And that's where we're going to end the stream.
Of course. Lovely. Great.
Thank you, everyone.
Whoa.
So that is the end of the southern route. Next week on Wednesday, we're going to pick up with the northern route. And then after a couple more weeks, we're going to go after the middle route. And then once we get to April, we're going to get into a regular cadence where we're going to just jump date each week from group to group as they all try to move west to save the world. But we're going to leave the southern group with the city of Belier being attacked by a Tarask and following one of their friends, Miramac. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Wow.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.